Hello, Fallen Dragonite here. Today we are going to be doing some more of the miniature arcade reviews. Now then, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Yes, as I said on Twitter, I do have the tiny arcade Ninja Turtles machine. However, I want to actually spend a little bit more time with that before reviewing it because there are some issues I have to address because it does seem like there are two different versions of the firmware, and I need to make sure that I have a full confirmation about what exactly that means for my review and what that would mean between my experiences and other person's experiences with that machine. So until I get some more info on that, I will not be reviewing the Tiny Arcade Ninja Turtles machine, at least just yet. For now, we will be taking a look at something from Basic Fun, and this is from their Midway Classics. And no, this does not have anything to do with the Midway arcade games. This is their Whac-A-Mole and their Skee-Ball. Now then, these have been released before, but not as part of this so-called Midway Classics line. And I want to show off the packaging here. Here's the Whac-A-Mole. See right there in the corner it says Midway Classics. This is not the original packaging. The Whac-A-Mole logo was actually up here originally. This is a brand new packaging they're doing for the upcoming 2020 holiday season because they are now rebranding all these machines as the Midway Classics line. Same with the Skee-Ball machine, which this is the packaging right here. You can see I actually took it all out. The original Skee-Ball machine packaging was actually much smaller than this. All the components were actually in a more compact container. This is actually more of a window box. So you can actually see the machine in action. And of course, there was a third machine they released as part of the Midway Classics line, and that is the Pop and Shot, which is, of course, the standard arcade basketball machine you guys may be familiar with. I'm probably not going to get that because, quite frankly, it's not really my thing. And let's face it, there are so many different tabletop versions of basketball. They're pretty much all the same. It doesn't feel like a recreation of an arcade game. It feels more like something we've seen so many times before, especially in the 90s with that Hot Shot basketball toy they had years ago. We're going to take Skee-Ball out of the picture for now. We're going to take a look at Whac-A-Mole. You can see, it's nicely sculpted, and it might look familiar to you. That's because this bottom portion is very similar to the Rampage machine. In fact, all of their arcade classics molding, except for the fact that this is farther back and a lot flatter. That is because, of course, this is an actual arcade machine, and, well, not an actual arcade machine. It's supposed to simulate an arcade machine. This is supposed to simulate the Whac-A-Mole game. Of course, it has the faux coin slots. Not as well detailed as you would have seen in the My Arcade Contra machine, as I showed before. It's still just two red blocks. There's also these simulated speakers. I actually think there is a speaker in here. I can see a little reflection in here. So I think there is a speaker in here. I think this is just a faux speaker just to give it some more symmetry. We have, of course, battery compartment. Batteries are included with this. There's that little where the pull tab would be. There is also a reset. I do believe it's somewhere back here, but I don't recall exactly where. Maybe I think it. Oh, there it is. There's the reset button right there. It's really hard to see on camera. And of course, we have the scorekeeper right there. We have the little light on top. We have 5 moles, player mode, and start. As you can see, this is you press this guy to choose the mode, and you press this for the starting of the game. And it's, of course, who can smack the most before time runs out. So let's get some scale before we actually get around to playing it. Of course, we're getting our usual Mumra for scale. He's pretty perfectly in scale, I have to say. Of course, we'll get our obligatory Rebel Tech scale. Again, fairly good. And I'll have my Rama Girl type for the SH Figure Art scale. And again, fairly accurate. So let's actually play this thing. So again, yeah, so 2 volumes. Pressing that will choose if you want to do 1 player or 2 player. And of course, we start. 30 seconds. Let's go. Yeah, this is going to get harder as it goes along. Yeah, you see it's already getting faster. Yeah, so I got 220 points. Yeah, that's Whac-A-Mole. Not much else to say. Fairly decent game. Now let's actually take a look at the Skee-Ball. This is fairly large, and with good reason. Now then, we'll do the scale comparisons again. There's Mumra. This is supposed to be pretty low to the floor, so that actually does work. And a let for our Rebel Tech. And for our SH Figure Art scale, the Figure Art scale kind of looks kind of off a bit, but that's neither here nor there. You can see, got the nice track. All of the scoring is, of course, listed. We have 9 steel balls. This is something I need to point out. I would not give this to a kid because if you get this to a kid, these things are going to get lost like in seconds. Got a faux net on the side. You of course have this, which is the launcher, because again, you're not going to throw the little ball bearings up on this thing. Got the reset up there, and of course the on and off switch, but this is unique. It's currently an off, but if you push it to the left, it goes into classic mode where you only have 9 balls to score as many points as you can. If you push it to the right, it will be speed mode where you have a limited number of time to actually score as many points as possible. I'm going to be using classic mode. It also uses 3 AA batteries. They are not included. You will have to put them in yourself. So let's actually get to playing this thing. That sound effect just reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese so much. And yeah, simulation of the balls going down the track. So I'm doing pretty poorly right now. A little better that time. Come on. Yeah, one of the hard parts is actually trying to get the ball bearings out of the return tray. Yeah, you can see it actually does return on the bottom like an actual Skee-Ball machine. 50 points. Yeah, there are the 200s on the sides, but those are a little tricky to get to. And I say it and I get 100 points right there. Yeah, and that's our 9 balls. 300 points. Yeah, I do like the jingle. I do like the fact that... Yeah, I do like that sound effect that makes it sound like the balls are rolling out of the catch. I do like how the balls actually do return like in the original arcade machine. Let's just turn this off. It's pretty long. Kind of hard to fit on a shelf sometimes, but it is. I do like how this Skee-Ball machine works. And the Whac-A-Mole, It's also a fun little game too. If you're getting these for display purposes like I do, these are definitely really worth your collection because, to be honest, they bring up something a little different than the standard arcade machines we've been getting so far. And they still look pretty nice, and they do fit the scale that these little arcade machines have. If you're getting these just as games, Whac-A-Mole's kind of fun, but the Skee-Ball I really think is pretty fun, especially if you're getting it as just a desktop toy, although it does take up quite a bit of real estate on your desk. There's not much else to say other than the fact that if you like what you see, I say go get them. And that is my review, and I hope to see you guys again next video. Goodbye.